guys, welcome back to Angel Angela. And on this podcast, I wanted to talk to you guys about the narcissist settling. And I also wanted to talk about karma. It all goes hand in hand. You get your karma for dealing with a narcissist because you know what you're dealing with. You know you're not dealing with a good person, and you're not just dealing with someone that's a narcissist. They're not self-aware, and they're not someone that you can trust, you can depend on. And you know you should always know that with these type of people, they're willing to be revengeful and many other things, and you should know it's all about them, right? You should know it's all about them, and you know that they're wearing a mask. So you do have to be careful, because these are the type of people that will kill you if they're not in a good situation, and that are, in a situation where there's greed, and you know that they can't wear that mask for too long. And you know that you can't go around treating people and think you're going to receive something, out of it, and a lot of narcissists that do get something out of it, it comes with a headache. It comes with people telling them that they're weak, that they can't keep a job, they can't this. It comes with karma. Them everything living off other people and using other people, it comes with karma. And that's because they don't want to look within. And we get our karma when we go back and we know that this person has no loyalty. So on this topic, you guys, it's going to be a long one, but it's going to be a very important one to touch down on, because I've talked throughout the years about narcissism, what to expect, but I want to get into talking about the reality of it, because it's a generational thing, and it happens to many men and women over and over again. And we live in a world where narcissism it's practically normal, but are you willing to pay the price for trying to fit into society that bad? Are you willing to pay the price for that? So this is going to be a long one, an important one, and I hope you guys stick around for this one. So let's start off with low-grade narcissists, because this is what we tend to end up with, a lot of us. Low-grade narcissists will always settle. Low-grade narcissists will always settle. There's a difference, right? There's a difference between someone who is narcissistic, who is, who is a well-aware narcissist, and not only a well-aware narcissist, but they've studied themselves, they've studied the other narcissists around them, their friends, and they've came to the conclusion that living a certain way is not going to help them out it's not going to give them any benefit, right? It's kind of like, when the narcissist takes advantage of certain people, and then they think that they're never going to run across those people again, and they do, right? So that's one of the lessons that I tried to teach the narcissist when I was with them, because they don't respect people. They don't respect that there's a code, that you're not supposed to do certain things. They don't know how to be civilized, and they think everyone is dumb because people don't do things the way they do them, right? So they try to convince you to think like them, and then your life starts to rocket out of control, and you're trying to figure out what you're doing wrong, and that's listening to anything that narcissist has to say about life, about anything. Maybe they teach you some things, right? Maybe they teach you some things that you didn't know, and you start thinking this person's intelligent because they've taught you something, especially when you're young and you're dealing with someone older, and you think you're grown and you think you know everything. You think, oh, I'm learning so much from this narcissist, but you're not even realizing that they're jealous of you, that they're angry, that they feel like, opportunities have been taken away, or they didn't get to decide what family they were born into. So they're angry, they're upset. If you have a family, or if you have any foundation, or just people that care about you, They'll make it seem like your own, if it came down to it, the narcissist will make it seem like, hey, your own parents don't love you. No one loves you. They want you to feel so unloved because that's how they feel. They're projecting who they are onto you. And then you find yourself not being yourself anymore. You know, you find yourself being empty, and it's because this person around you feels empty. So, narcissists always think that things are going to get better for them. They're going, the new supply is going to be the one to save them. They'll sit here and play you while they're trying to either impress the new supply or someone from their past. So they'll even circle around their past while they're with you, and they're thinking to themselves, I'm going to groom this other person, whether it's an ex or someone that's new, younger. They're trying to groom these people, so they're sitting here putting you down. Years are going by, they're putting you down so that by the time that you realize who they are, what they're about, that they're basically low lives, that they're jealous, that they hate you as a person, that they hate women if you're dealing with a narcissist man. Or, even a narcissist woman, she might hate men, but she gets married and she's using her own children, traumatizing them so that they can stay at home. And when you decide to leave because they don't care, their kids are there. And a narcissist mom, she doesn't have to be like abusive and jealous and hateful. She might be jealous and you just don't know about it. So she'll try to ruin your relationships. But these are the parents that sleep with you, or these are the parents that shower with you. They do weird things when you're growing up. They'll even, shower you with materialistic things to keep you around, shower you with things, but it comes with a prize, right? Everything comes with a prize. So every relationship that you're in with a narcissist, it comes with some type of prize. This is why you have to make sure that the relationship is worth all of that. You'll start to see that, they'll try to groom someone else to think like you or to share the things that they shared with you. And, or they're going back to an ex and their ex is believing the narcissist. The ex is like, look, I've been here before with you. We're going to have to take things slow. So the narcissist, they're like, okay, I'll take things slow. They're sending good morning text messages. They're checking up on you. If you really need them, they'll come for you. This is why the narcissist gets angry with you for no reason, no reason. They'll even start an argument on purpose. Their emotions are never matching up to who they are in the situation, and they'll sit there and start a whole argument out of anything because they already had a conversation with someone and told them, I'm going to be there for you. So you'll go from literally, watching movies or something. You guys are laying down, you guys are watching movies, laughing and, cooking dinner and, going out on a ride and, going out to get some coffee or something. You guys are having a swell time. And next thing you know, it's like you can feel their energy is saying, it's like something's on their mind. Like they're up to something. You don't know what it is because you could just feel it, that their eyes are kind of everywhere. You could tell that there's this desperation energy. That's what's crazy about energy, is that it never lies. And this is why your intuition will tell you something's going on. And you're thinking to yourself, he wants to start a fight. You'll literally think it, like, he wants to start a fight. And you'll tell yourself, I'm going to be on my best behavior because I know he wants to start a fight. I'm going to be on my best behavior. And they'll start still trying to start arguments even though you're on your best behavior so you can avoid confrontation. So the next thing they do is they come up with a lie. Oh, my brother just called me. He told me that, my nephew's in the hospital. My mom just had a stroke. They'll literally say anything to you. And then in your head, you're thinking, I knew it. he was up to something, and then they'll leave, and they're gambling with their life. That's what the narcissist is doing. They're gambling for this new person. And by the time this person gets to know the narcissist, who they are, once you either leave them, because a lot of times what happens is you don't leave them. So, anytime the new person starts to figure them out, you save them over and over again. So what happens when you don't save them? They get their karma. The new person starts to see who they are. They're taking their frustration out on that person. They're angry with that person, really, because they left you for them. So they're mad. And that new person's like, oh, you're going to exaggerate and get mad like this? I'm done with you. And sometimes that new person, they're not really done with the narcissist. They're just tired of them. And the narcissist can't take being by themselves, so they come back to you, or they're trying to, and, they have a feeling that that new relationship could be over. To them, it's real. The breakup is real, just like it was real to you when they left you, because when they left you, it was real. It got real because they didn't bother to call you, text you. They left like, I'm going to start a new life. Bye. So they'll contact you and they're feeling how you're feeling. So now you're thinking to yourself, maybe they do want to get back with me, but because of their desperation, right? But then there's this side of you that's like, no, that type of desperation that they're showing, that sadness or whatever emotions they're showing you, even if they act like they want to be with you, it's like you can't even connect to them. Like there's no connection. You don't really feel that their words are even real. You can't even feel, because it's not real. It's not. You can feel when someone is telling you a story and they're ready to cry, you'll be ready to cry because you're like, oh my God, this person's in pain. I can feel their pain. But because the narcissist has no empathy, they pretend to have empathy, and you can feel that they're not being sincere. So then you tell yourself, this person it almost seems like they're in pain, like someone broke their heart. And the behaviors they're showing, it's like you can see the pain inside of them because they left you like that, So they're coming to you to save them, help them, like you're their friend. They don't even look at you like someone you were in a relationship with. They look at you like you're their friend because they know you didn't do anything wrong. So they're using you to make themselves feel better. And this is the ongoing cycle that happens because they always think that the grass is greener in the other side. They're grooming someone. They're giving that person confidence, right? Sometimes all someone needs is confidence to succeed in life. So that new supply could be succeeding in life. And now when that person starts to succeed, the narcissist is like, okay, I need to leave you and get with them. Because now everything that I wanted them to have a high self-esteem. I wanted those things because I'm going to benefit from it. I'm the one telling them, get your own apartment, leave your house, get away from your family, go to school. I'm the one doing all those things. So, of course, they, once that person takes those steps and they're going to school or they're doing something, the narcissist, they're looking at the future success of that person and they're thinking that, okay, now I got you away from your family, I can move in and we could, now I can have full control over you. And they move in with these people, and guess what? The narcissists, they start to feel threatened. They start to get jealous of this person because they feel like they made this person, and they feel like if I made you, I can destroy you too. So anything that person's doing, the narcissist does not respect it. Do you get me? So they don't respect it because they feel like all of their hard work is really from them, which is delusional too. And this is why people will tell you to leave this person because, you had a life before them. So when they come in, they're arrogant. They act like everything you have is theirs. And that's when they start to become abusive. Now, when they become abusive, they're training you the whole time before you're by yourself, before they even seclude you from everyone in your life. They're grooming you that anytime you guys get in arguments or fights or physical arguments, they're grooming you not to tell on them, not to call the police. They're grooming you. By the time they're giving you their full attention, they're looking at it like, you better not, because I'm giving you my full attention now. So if the new supply does something to aggravate the narcissist is going to go full bananas, because they're like, I left other people for you. I'm the one who groomed you. You just don't see it that way, because I'm the one who made you feel like you could do anything you want to do. And I'm the same person to break you down and make you feel like you're not capable of anything, because you don't have a mind of your own. You did these things to impress me. You did these things not because you wanted to do them for yourself, but because you thought you would have a future with me. So if I wasn't here, you would be doing the same thing with another man. So I can do whatever I want, So that's their attitude. And that new supply, if that person has a good foundation, there's going to be people around, or a friend or someone they tell something to, and the news is going to go around, and the people around them are going to know what type of person the narcissist is. This is why most people don't really need to get to know the narcissist. Most family members, friends, and you're thinking, why don't they like the narcissist? Because they see through him. They see through her. They see through these people. They know that these people are plotting. They know they're scheming, and they know that they're controlling. They're controlling you like a controller, like a puppet. They're controlling you. They're controlling your thoughts. They're planting little seeds in your brain, because now you're doing all of these things that you normally wouldn't do. You're behaving in ways that you would never behave. Your family, people are seeing the change, and to you feel like, hey, I'm not doing anything. I'm just waking up. But you're projecting everything that you're supposed to feel for the narcissist, the hate, I need to get away from this person. You're supposed to be feeling that towards the narcissist, and instead you start feeling it towards your family and friends and the people around you. And they're like, hey, we've been in our own world the whole time. You were too. It's that man you're with. It's that woman you're with. It's them. So no one can truly be happy with a narcissist. I've seen these type of people. They settle. The narcissist will always settle. I've seen it. I've seen successful people go from younger woman to younger woman, and guess what? Now they don't have any stability now, and they tell themselves, I don't need a woman at this point. I don't need my ex-wife. I don't need my new girlfriend that I just got pregnant. I was living with her. I left her for my wife. I'm living with her. She has children already, or, now I'm leaving her because I had kids with her and she already has children. So she can take this. She's been through this rodeo already. I have a newer supply. She has no children. That's who I'm having fun with for the moment. And that new person, they're just getting started with their life. Their life just started. And the narcissist is not even giving them the opportunity to live or make mistakes or be with different people and learn, because they're making it seem like you're mature for your age. You know everything. These other people, they're jealous of you. They're mad in their marriages. They're mad in their relationships. And these people aren't mad. Yes, they might be living with narcissists themselves, but they're letting you know you do not have children. You do not have a bond. You just don't do it. Don't do it to yourself, because they're seeing your future before it happens. And a lot of times when narcissists, especially, I've seen even successful narcissists. I'm telling you, my uncle, one of my uncles, he works for a news channel, and I've seen how he got down with his family and how everything how it happened and how he's still doing now. Now he's hanging out with his ex-wife that he played years ago, and the ex-wife forgave him, so she's oblivious to him because she's like, oh, we're not together. If he wants to come around the kids, he can come around the kids, but your kids aren't kids anymore. They're grown ass adults and they live in their own houses. So that is giving the narcissist fuel right there, because he feels like, hey, I'm friends with my ex. You're giving him too much power, and he didn't give you any power. He bashed you to every woman he was with, and you just don't know about it. You just don't know about it. And I've seen it. And I've seen it how, they try to make it seem like, oh, look, I have a newer supply. You're jealous. And meanwhile, things are falling apart in their life because they're getting older. People are saying, people are literally accusing them of sexual harassment. It's not cute anymore. They're like, oh, my boss, he looks good for his age. He's older. But guess what? The moment that someone feels like you disrespected them, or someone's in a relationship and they want to tell their spouse, my boss is hitting on me, and these people around them are telling them, that's not right, you should report it. Now the narcissist is like, what's going on in my life? Why I didn't even do anything. I'm in my own world. I'm not really attracted to this person. I'm just flirtatious. I just have a good, that's just me. It's my personality. Then their new supply finds out they got fired, but they don't know why they got fired. They don't know it's sexual harassment. People are accusing them of doing drugs, snorting coke on the low. These people, narcissists, aren't what they portray to be. It's a mask. And they always think that things are going to be greener on the other side, because they feel like, hey, even though I went through a lot of accusations and a lot of troubles in my life, at least I got to be who I wanted to be. At least I got to be with as many women or men as I wanted to be. As I wanted, that's how they're looking at it. They're literally looking at their life like, I take risks, even if I lose it all. Even if I lose it all, I'm going to keep taking risks. And then, the narcissist will even put themselves in situations where they're homeless, and they drag empaths with them to homelessness. And then the empath is roaming around the street because they had so much faith in that narcissist. And that narcissist is in the street, and they definitely don't care about you just because, they might have pulled you down to the lowest of the low. They don't care that they pulled you down to the lowest of the low. They're on the street, still demonic, still evil. They don't appreciate anything. They don't appreciate people give them money. They don't care. They're on drugs. They're thinking to themselves, if I find me another dummy, I'm going to get out of this situation. So they're searching for people to get themselves even out of homelessness. And guess what? People try to give them a chance, and the narcissist steals or does something, because that same no empathy person, that no empathy that they have, and no consciousness or self-awareness of what they are or who they are, that's what lands them in that situation that they can't get out of, because anytime someone gives them a shot, they take it for granted, and they get older and older, and they think that people are going to be babying them. They think their mothers are going to be babying them. So yeah, the narcissist keeps assuming things are going to be better. They think that they can sit here and keep using people and keep treating people bad, and people aren't going to get tired of their behavior. Narcissists, you guys, they settle. I've seen women, even in my family, where, they worked for a corporate company and they were making enough money to where they even started their own businesses for their husbands. I'm talking about they had their own businesses. There's no way that their businesses should have failed, because, if you're in the food industry or, working where people are constantly in and out, especially if you have a nice location, like, say, for example, my uncle, he had a nice business next to a church. So when people get out of church, they come and eat, things like that, right? all of that failed. Because if you're dealing with a narcissist that they're not self-aware that their actions can destroy the whole family, they destroy you. They start gambling money. They start buying hookers. They're not even keeping track of the bills. You can literally say, hey, I just want to make sure my husband, takes care of the kids. I don't care if they cheat. It's the woman behind the brain. And then on top of that, they want to control you. But if you allowed them to control you, you will lose everything. You have to think for those type of people. And even if you think for them, the narcissist still thinks they know more than you. And you end up in a position where you lose everything. Trust me, she started 2 businesses for him. While she's at work, she's like, I'm going to work. I don't have time. I'm going to start a business for you, because all she cares about is the kids, for everyone to be good. He starts off this business, loses it. He got caught giving his money away to women and things like that. Another business, lost it too. Guess what? By the time my aunt lost her job because her karma came back, they don't have any of those businesses. She could have lost her job in that corporate company and then said, we still got these businesses, these 2 businesses that I started. I needed him to run them while I was out here getting the money. Narcissists are so jealous, so envious, so hateful towards you. They don't appreciate your hard work. They'll spend all of it. So guess what? If you don't have no loyalty, trust for this person, it's for nothing. And guess what? She's going through things financially, but she's one of those people that, even after she got fired from this corporate company she worked for years, for so many years, she still started her own businesses, but there's no comparison to the businesses they had before. So now I'm looking at from the outside in, and I'm like, if you think that was your karma when you got fired, your karma's just starting. Because how are you going to afford to pay for all of these luxurious things that you have, that you basically bought because you thought your husband was going to be responsible and he wasn't even responsible? So how are you going to pay for these things now? And now you don't have that job that you once had, and you're older, and now he's older. And then your kids feel like they shouldn't be responsible because you guys are in debt. So, and you don't have children that are empaths. They're all narcissists. So you raised a whole bunch of narcissist kids. That's your karma. So even though narcissists, target, us in many different ways, they'll target someone who was better off without them. She was better off without that person. And there were times where people were willing to help her if she just downgraded and she didn't take it. So that's her karma. And I don't wish that on anyone, because at the end of the day, all of us empaths have gotten our karma over and over again, to the point where we can think back to a moment where someone told us, like, divorce this person, or, leave this person, and we made it worse for ourselves. And we think back like, yeah, I could have left at that point too. And guess what? The narcissists, they've been having the time of their life since they got married with this person. And now, they don't care. They have a SSI check. They feel like, hey, you've been working hard for me. You've been breaking your neck, your back for me this whole time. Now I'm just hanging around. I'm just, I'm retired now. Retired from what? What did you do? Had some jobs that you worked for a couple months or a couple years and kept getting fired, and then kept losing these jobs, losing businesses. These people are sick. They're irresponsible. They target people with good families, and they ruin people that they feel like don't have a family. If you don't have a family, they're definitely going to try to ruin you, because they feel like, why should they spare you? Why should they spare you when they're trying to climb up the ladder? But yet the narcissist, them trying to take 10 steps ahead of you, they're really, hurting themselves, because by the time that you've learned all of these lessons from the narcissist and the people around you, this actually makes you stronger, so that you will avoid certain things. It makes you stronger. The narcissist, all these people in your life are teaching you. They're all teaching you what not to do. You have to pay attention to these, not just the narcissists that you're with, but all of them. You have to pay attention to all of them, because that's going to determine your future from here on out till you die. Your safety, your survival. If you feel like, you settled for the narcissist, or the narcissist ended up, settling with someone else, always think about the good to that. What they're doing, a lot of times they're being irresponsible. Eventually, everything that goes around comes back around. It's just that you need time to heal, and it's hurtful when someone betrays you in that way, especially someone you sacrificed and you unconditionally loved, and they're sitting here creating scenarios to hate you over the years and turning your own children even against you a lot of times. So yeah, it's painful, but it's the reality. So, if the narcissist feels like they can't get anything out of you, your family, they'll leave. And what's so crazy, a lot of times they can get so much out of people, but their attitude, their behavior, their lack of patience, they don't even realize sometimes that people are testing them out. They don't even realize it. They're like, I'm not going to do whatever that person tells me to do. I don't respect that person. And then they pick and choose who they want to respect. Like, they'll respect someone with money, right? Because they're like, oh, I want to be like this person. And that person can tell that the narcissist is sucking up to them, but then that person also wants to know about their life, about their, are they married? They want to know, do you have standards? Because I know I'm a narcissist. This business person might think, I know I'm a narcissist, but I want to know if I can trust you. So how do you treat others? How do you treat your family? And once they see even the slightest bit of, I can't trust this person, they're done. And the narcissist knows it, and they're mad. So this is why a lot of times you'll see that they'll suck up to other people, and you're like, why are they sucking up to that person? But they're treating me horrible. And they settle for those type of people, trying to chase after those people, then building with you. And I think it's what I found crazy about this, right, is because the narcissist claims they want money, success, fame. They think they're everything. They think they're all that. And in my situation, my experience, I'm thinking, you spent all this time with me. You gained some knowledge from me. I gained some knowledge from you, but you spent all this time with me. You should have just got married. You should have just tried to get what you can out of the relationships. You should have tried to build me up instead of break me down, because you would have got more out of it. You spent all those years playing games, saying you want this, you want that. But guess what? None of the other women around you even are close to what I am or what I have. And to the narcissist, they might think, you might not have a lot, right? But what if you have your own home? What if you have your own car? What if they're both paid off? What if you're sitting on generational wealth and you can multiply this, right? All they're thinking about is, if you get mad at me for cheating, if you get mad at me for this, you're going to kick me out. When it's not even about cheating, it's about loyalty, it's about respect, it's about, I have to respect that you're not going to talk bad about me to other people or tell them things that aren't real. You're messy. You're like a messy woman. You're messy as hell. No one wants a messy person in their circle. You're messy. And if you're going to spend so much time with someone and you claim that, and you try to steal things that are priceless, like joy, and try to put people down so that they, the narcissist starts getting mad at you because you're a breadwinner, instead of congratulating you, instead of feeling like, wow, this person, my partner's doing so good. If my partner's good, I'm good, because something happens to me, they have me. But there's no loyalty with them. And they settle. They settle because guess what? You're never going to come across someone else that has their home paid off, that, and it's not about money, but it is about survival at the same time. You have to think about it. It's about survival. There's narcissists on the street that no one wants to give them chances anymore. So it is about survival because they claim they go from person to person. They're having all these open relationships. They're making children with different people. But how are you going to provide? You're not going to provide, so you're just going to live off other women. So you're settling. You want to be around men, even narcissist men who are successful. You want to be around them, but you're not willing to sacrifice or take or do what it takes to be in those men's situation. You're not willing to get you a first lady. You're not willing to get a first lady. Even a pimp has a first lady. So you're not willing to do that. You're not even willing to treat that person with love or respect or loyalty, just loyalty. You're willing to settle for anything. And by settling, they're putting themselves in worse situations because guess what? Not everyone has generational wealth. Not everyone has generational wealth. It's facts. So if you're willing to go and settle for someone and you're thinking, I'm going to use this person, I'm going to use that person, guess what? You're really playing yourself. You're using them for what? Sex? A place to live? Okay, but everywhere you go and live, you pay bills, right? You do know that. You pay bills. You know that these women are going to nag you about the bills that they're paying that you're not paying. Or you might tell yourself, I have the dream girl of my dreams, so I don't care. I'm going to start working hard. The narcissist can tell themselves, I'm going to start working hard. I have a young girl. I have the girl of my dreams. They can tell themselves that all they want. But guess what? You're still going to have to make money to keep that girl. So guess what? You were better off having a first lady and having this girl on the side because she doesn't have anything to offer. You're trying to take care of her. And guess what? When the competition gets tense, when things get hard, guess what the narcissist does? They leave. They don't fall well under pressure. And now this girl, their dream girl, might end up pregnant. And now the narcissist is like, it's my dream girl. She's pregnant, but I can't take care of the kid. Bye. And then they go settle for someone else. They'll even settle for a grandma. And you're like, what is the narcissist doing with someone's grandmother? What is going on? They're settling for someone's grandmother in the end. Or they're settling for someone, living on government assistance when, and they're not happy. They're not happy. They're not doing anything. Every day they're probably drinking, they're probably smoking, they're probably just living an average life. But yet you had all the tools for them all the time they wasted with you. They had the tools. They had everything. They had everything lined up. And they still didn't take it. They wasted your time. And that time that they wasted with you, they could have multiplied their finances, their life. And that's what they want you to believe. They want you to believe that while they were with you, that's what they were doing behind your back, that they were multiplying their life, that's what they want you to believe. They're like, I'm not like every other guy. I'm not like every other guy. They feed you these lies, this BS. They want you to believe that they're doing good while they're with you behind your back. And they want you to believe that when they leave, they're going to be doing better. But that's not the reality. They didn't want to be with you because they felt, I'm not going to let any woman control me. But how many narcissists do you see married? And it's not the perfect marriage. But when you look at the outside, when you look at the home, the finances, everyone is set. You might look at that narcissist and you're like, he had to bow down. He had to bow down to that first lady. These narcissists don't. They want to run everything and they want to use women. They're exploiting women at this point. Vice versa. Vice versa, but I'm coming from a woman's perspective, from what I see, from what I've experienced. And what I keep seeing time and time again is that narcissists settle, but then they want to live this life like they're living in Love and Hip Hop, like they're living in, The Bachelor. You're not a bachelor because you're not a bachelor, and you can't pick from as many women as you want if you're not in a bachelor situation, if you're not in a bachelor status, if you're not wealthy. You can't have multiple children. You cannot. You have to get money. That's not reality. That's delusion. That's delusion. And guess what? Society keeps pressing narcissists to believe that they are almost on the same status mentally with these celebrities. Society keeps pushing beauty standards, keeps fooling people, keeps fooling the narcissists. These are the type of women you need to chase. And these women are like, I'm going to, I'm the prize. Come get me. And guess what? They're looking to be taken care of. And they run across someone like a narcissist and they think, oh, we're going to be like celebrities. But both of you guys are broke. You're broke. You're broke. The narcissist is broke. They're leaving you broke. So guess what? The narcissist settles. So it doesn't matter how fine, how attractive their next girlfriend is. Guess what? They should have been focused on stability. They should have been focused on the bigger picture. Not only that, but they're ignoring the fact that you, the empath, you're very sensitive to feelings, and many secrets that the narcissist has. With me, it was times where me and the narcissist, we could talk to each other through our minds and we'll just start laughing. So to me, it's like there were things about the narcissist that I believe are a part of them. I believe this person's bisexual. I believe a lot of things, and a lot of these things, I never even talked to them about it. It was just something that I had an intuition about, but I didn't say anything to this person, but I loved them. I loved them that much that I didn't care and I didn't question it. But when you leave, you're angry, you're upset because all these things are a possibility about the person you were dealing with, and you're mad because they lied to you, they were dishonest to you, and they tried to play you, and in the end they settled for someone less than you and they wasted your time. So I want you guys to get that through your head, that the narcissist settles. They don't get with someone better. Sometimes they know you could do better. They know you should be doing better. Sometimes they even leave to someone lower than you because they believe you should be with someone better. And it's facts. It's facts. Because you'll sit there and beg the narcissist to take you to places or, do the things they used to do or do it sometimes or something. And when you leave these people, because when I left this person and started dating, the new guy was taking me to places that I always wanted to go, and I didn't even ask him. He was just taking me to those places, and I felt like God was telling me, like, yeah, this is what you've been missing out on. Yeah, that's what he wanted to stop you from doing. Yeah, he thinks he stole your time away from you, but really, he didn't steal anything. You still have time, because you're still alive. You're still alive. And there's a lot of people, a lot of men who've dealt with narcissist women, and they don't want that type of woman. They don't care about the dream girl anymore because they know that's false. Because they know the dream girl, she's just worried about her looks and she's just looking for a rich guy, or she's just looking for someone that has money, and she doesn't even know that those guys are putting her through a test, because they're looking at her like, oh, you're following society standards, but is that really who you are? And they're trying to figure out if there's something underneath all that beauty. Is there something underneath that? And they realize that there's really not much there. So this is why sometimes you'll even see people that are successful and you're like, well, why aren't they dating a model? Why hasn't this man divorced his wife? Like, she's not attractive, she's regular. Because that woman is his first lady. She gets him. She knows him. She forgives him. They forgive one another because there's loyalty there. Regardless of what you think, he's loyal. She's loyal. They're loyal to each other. So the narcissist has no loyalty, and they will always settle. So, put yourself first, you guys. Don't allow them to make you believe that they're happy and they're living a happily ever. I don't believe in that one bit. I don't. I don't believe it, because anywhere you go, guess what? You still need to survive. You can go find you someone else. Oh, another rich girl, whatever. That's not how it goes, because guess what? I remember the narcissist telling me, before I end this video, I remember the narcissist telling me how he hated people that can get down on his level and then jump back on their pedestal. That's what he told me. He's like, I'm not like I'm not like everyone else, because I hate people because they can get down on my level and they could jump back on their pedestal, because you're too focused on what other people have instead of creating for yourself that type of life. And people aren't going to let you just jump into their bad wagon. Their families, their dads see right through you. Their dads see right through. They see what type of man you are. And they're like, he thinks he deserves our generational wealth? This man knows nothing about family, huh? People used to respect values. People even took it so serious they married their cousins. That's how serious it used to be. And not just used to be, still is. You guys just don't know. I know. I seen it. It's serious. When the love is gone, what do you have? Love can turn to hate real quick. So what do you have then? Because we can sit here and call, everyone narcissist, but okay, besides that, what else? He doesn't know how families function. We might be dysfunctional, but you're really dysfunctional. They're looking at the narcissist like they're disgusting. And the narcissist hates when people look at them like that, like they're classless, like, ew, you came from a low grade family. And like I said many times, low grade, I don't mean you have to be rich. I mean, there's no respect. It's classless. Because at the end of the day, you can be poor, but it's about actions. It's about respect. Actions speak louder than words. Don't settle for a narcissist when you have people that take, time out of their hell to help you. So that's what happened to me. That's my story, and that's the story of many women that I know, and even men. So, don't let these people fool you. I literally lost everything, my family, everything, because loyalty is everything. And once you break that loyalty, it's gone. And I understand that I broke that loyalty. I understand. And I'm paying the price for it. I have to pay the price for it, because people don't build their families and their foundations overnight. It takes love, it takes forgiveness, it takes patience, anger, uncomfortable conversations. Some conversations, people don't even want to talk about them, but they know. This is why people, when you're having an awakening, you're like, this person this person that. And everyone is like, we all know, we just don't talk about it. Don't say that. And you feel like you're going crazy. They're like, hey, if you don't want to be part of this family, then Hey, there's the door. Go figure it out with other people. And then you realize that everyone is like that. They just don't know how to maintain a unit. They don't know how to have uncomfortable conversations and maintain a unit. And the narcissist knows nothing about that because they're born into a hater family with a hater mom and a hater dad, and everyone's a hater brothers, hater sisters, just a whole bunch of haters. And then they try to make you a hater. They try to make you a hater until you finally wake the hell up and you see why the narcissist is really mad, and that's because they had to settle. So guess what? Don't let these people come back, because trust me, they'll either come back or they're going to keep their eyes on you to make sure you didn't multiply your life into something greater than what they thought. They left you in the ruin. They left you in that ruin because they wanted to look back. See, this is why they ruined every woman that they're with, and they have children with these women, because they think, I left you with the baby, you're never going to be happy. And then all these women, even with those kids they had, they get remarried, they learn their lesson, and the narcissist is over there miserable with who they're with, and they're thinking, man, how did those women do it? I tried to destroy them, and they eventually got it together, and they're, even if they didn't remarry, why do they have more than me? Why do they have more than me? And I settled. I had to come over here and I'm living with someone I don't love, I don't like, that I hate, that I really want to choke out, but I need to survive. So I just stay to myself. I'm quiet. I'm a quiet guy. I'm a quiet guy until you make me snap, you know? Then you get the grumpy grandpa, you know? Dangerous people, you guys, because they settle. So I'm sending you guys lots of love, lots of light, lots of peace. You know, break that generational curse. If you guys enjoyed this video, hit the like button. I would really appreciate it, guys. If you guys are new to this channel, do not forget to subscribe. Share your thoughts on these subjects that I've just discussed, so that you guys can also share your stories, tell others, even, you know, the good sides, what you learned, things that helped you because of those relationships, because, you know, women and men are very resilient. You know, we as human beings, one thing we know how to do is survive. So, I'm sending you guys lots of love, light, and peace. If you guys want to book with me, there will be booking information on the description where you guys can actually just, you know, text me and just give me about like 24 hours to respond to you. And I'll talk to you guys on the next podcast. Love you guys. Bye.